Do you use food in training your dog? I asked this question to hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people worldwide. 50-50, some say yes, I do, and some say no, I don't. Now I asked this question to pet owners and mostly professional dog trainers. My name is Duke Ferguson. I'm a certified professional dog trainer and high performance coach, and I work with professional dog trainers around the world, canine professionals, coaching and training them in NAPOPO and certified high performance coaching. Some say yes, they use food because they like the engagement and the activity and the relationship and how it works with the dog. And some say no, it doesn't work. It creates either too much excitement or it fails, the dog does not want it. Either way, in this video, I'm going to teach you 2 reward systems. One on how you can create energy, dopamine, happiness, heart, soul in the behaviors, as well as burning off energy for fast learning. And also I'm going to give you a reward system for how to create more calm, stable dog. And I'm going to teach you how to use this in your training so you can use food to your advantage. Oh, hey, before we get into the video, if you could give me a little thumbs up, click the notification, you know, those little bells and whistles so that you won't miss anything, that'd be perfect. That's going to help me help you in the future. All right, before I get into the demonstration and showing you the reward systems with the dogs, let's have a serious chat. If you're not currently using food in your training, then you're missing out big time on productivity and you're putting too much effort into it. I'm almost going to guarantee that because I got almost 4 decades of dog training. I've been doing this my whole life. I came from the old world. I was anti-food, okay? No longer. And I have not been anti-food for many, many years because you think of it. We got to wake up and we got to eat. Nobody has to learn to do that. We love to eat, most of us, right? Epidemic in the world of obesity, and dogs as well. So they love to eat. Let's teach you how to use this properly because I understand some of us have the mindset, I used to, oh, it's bribery, oh, it's false sense of obedience, la la la, whatever. Hey, you want heart and soul, you want happy dogs, you want to work less, you want more productivity, you want the dog to put out and try harder, to become more courageous, you're missing out if you're not using food. And I also know, hey, Duke, I used food, I tried food, and it failed. You know, he didn't want the food. That happens quite a bit. So I'm going to teach you these 2 reward marks, and then I'm going to give you some tips on how to make it work. As a wildlife biology technician, a hunter, the reality, as a guy who also gives up and works for a living, nothing has ever come to me for free very much, right? And nothing comes to the eagles or the hawks or the coyotes or the foxes when I've studied them all. They have to get active and go hunt. So don't give things for free. Use the food first and treats and make it unpredictable. Okay, let's talk about the reward systems. One is what we call indirect reward, which is more active. It's in a system of click release, which I'll show you in another video for different marks in dog training. But this system is best when it's not predictable. It is more active, more release, click release. The dog is working to hear the mark to get the reward. They really want it. But it's not predictable, it's not direct, it's indirect. So that means it's not visual. It's somewhere, not there. Could be in the cupboard, could be in your pocket, okay? Or it could be right here in my hand, but the dog must go do other things to hear the click in order to get this. Very, very, very powerful. It's very good for creating good positive energy, dopamine. It's like hunting behaviors, active, you know, heart and soul type behaviors where the dog is really trying, they're really into it, okay? So that's click release, and it is indirect rewards. The other system is direct rewards, where we're actually showing the dog, they actually can see the visual or it's straight in their mind, you know, they're doing it directly for that. Very powerful as well for, you know, if a dog sees something in the very beginning stages, you can use them to have a dog go out and go to a target or anything like that. But it's a direct reward. Lures are direct rewards as well. But basically, in essence, when it's predictable and it's direct, if I wanted a dog to be calmer, not excited, not aroused, right? I want them calm and more stable, then I'm going to be more predictable and I'm going to give more direct rewards. We call this room service. You won't leave the room if you're hungry, and I keep coming a lot in the beginning, and I can slow it down later. You must phase all this stuff and go intermittent. I'll teach you in another video someday, but those are your two reward systems. Indirect and direct. So now let's show you with the dogs. Direct reward. If I wanted a dog to go on to this target, I could add a little gentle pressure back, and then I just throw the rewards on the source. And then when I let them go, they're going to go direct. So targeting, direct reward is very powerful to help. If I wanted a dog, matrix, to go away from me, right? I throw the food over there, and I let her go. So basically, it's going to create success in the direct, either sending her away or getting her on the place. Right? Direct. I call room service if I walk away before the dog breaks. Room service. Predictable. High rates in the beginning, so the dog is hope. They stay there more and more. Then you phase it in time. That's for another video. So the direct reward is either directly coming to them, luring, right? It's direct. What I'm going to show you now is the indirect. I wanted to show you direct to create some success. There's no rewards present, visual, nothing. So indirect is also usually in a system of release, like a click release system, like I had spoke about. So I say the word break with my mouth, or I'll hit a clicker. Either one, and the dog is released, all right? So if a dog is in position and I want them to be rewarded, they're released from that position and the reward comes out of my pocket. You know, I don't have to throw it, but that's indirect. Again, powerful because the dog, I can have the food, right? I can have the food on me, and when the dog does something, I'm click releasing it. It's active training, so she thinks might be there on the ground. If she goes on that target, and here's the mark, and is released with the indirect reward. Again, I'll just stand here. I can talk to the camera. If the dog really wants the food, they try to do something for it, right? So if she goes back to the target, she's released, indirect reward. Makes sense? She goes. And if I want distance, little tip, I can just start taking my steps backwards. She leaves me farther and farther into indirect reward. Hey, pretty cool, look at that. Talking to the camera, training a dog. If I didn't have a clicker and the dog goes there, I give a verbal, break, and that's my release. Some people say yes, you could say whatever you want, fish pizza. So now, when the dog goes back there, I'll just flip the script to room service, direct reward. Ready? I can say good if I want to. Good also. Some people will use the clicker as a stay-in behavior or keep going. I don't. I always click. That means it's release for me. If I want a dog to learn to stay there in behavior, I usually use the word good. Or more often, because you don't need to, more often, once I name a behavior, so let's say that's place, I would say good place. Okay, place, direct reward. I walk back, say, good place, and I'm predictable, I'm boring, I'm not adjusting the values as well, which is very important. Right now, I can do that. Let's say there's a big distraction goes by. Let's say this dog is more apt to break and go after distraction. As soon as I acknowledge and see distraction, I start with room service in the very beginning, right? Good place, it's a good place. To create success, high rates in the beginning, and then phase it down in time. Teach you the intermittent phasing down in the future videos. But this is going to create stable, predictable, calmer dog. Versus the click release, which is more active, which creates a little bit more dopamine, okay? So now you know the difference between direct rewards and indirect rewards. I'm going to give you a couple tips to make all of this work, because food does fail if a dog's not hungry enough for it. And we are always relying on treats for some reason, and that fails if they're not hungry enough for it. What my recommendation is to make food work is to build ignition. That's a word we use in Napopo. Basically, it means get the dog hungry, motivated, and willing to work and willing to try for what it is you want. We don't do that by giving food for free in a bowl. Just think of that. You don't go to work if you got money in the bank put in there for free every day. That means you're retired. Most of our dogs are retired. So to make food work, open the restaurant every day for 2 to 5 minutes, twice a day, and close it. The dog either works and gets paid, or he does nothing and goes a little hungry, but that's okay, because you're always going to open the restaurant. You're never going to starve the dog, but you do need to make them a little bit more hungry at some points to overcome, the stress of life, period. Very important. How do you know when you should either do direct rewards or indirect rewards? It's really a judgment call and your goals. Training is kind of complex, but I'll simplify and give you a few tips. When you're trying to get a dog more stable, more calm, whether it's in distractions or whether it's a behavior that they know for fairly decent or just learning, they have some sort of knowledge to do it, then giving direct, predictable rewards is going to help them stay there. It's going to help them be calmer, especially in moments of aroused environments and stuff like that. So that's help where I will give a direct. If it's a new behavior and I need help, I'll lure and I'll use the targets like I showed you in the video. Now, in saying that, indirect, very, very powerful for what I use more often in the beginning for all dogs, even the calm dog. If I have a dog that I just want to get, excited, in a better mood, active, and in flow with me or engaged, then I'm going to do a lot of indirect, and I'm going to move around a little bit, because that's what that's for. Especially if I want that dog to stay higher aroused and to burn off a little energy, maybe with a high aroused dog as well. So what I do in the very beginning with all dogs, for the most part, I do a lot of active training. So I will click release. I do a lot of indirect in the very beginning. Active and not so active dogs. The reason is to get some knowledge in the brain of what it is we want of behaviors and to burn off some energy. And to build a good relationship in what we're doing. Then, in the very beginning, if it's a dog that I do want more stable and I do want calmed down, I switch right to predictable and direct rewards. Okay? Just a couple simple, basic tips on how to use it. Different environments you go to, and you could have different goals. Maybe you want your dog active in doing something, then do a lot of indirect. Indirect rewards, another little tip, makes them think and makes them very smart without any force, other than them trying to get something you want. So super powerful. So now you know the difference between direct rewards and indirect rewards. Congratulations. If you'd like more in-depth training, coaching support, more clarity or productivity in achieving your goals for you and your dog, then don't go at it alone. Join me over in my UPX community. UPX is a training and coaching community of like-minded individuals who want more from life, not just for their dog, but in overall life. It has access to thousands of dollars worth of all of my courses. We go live in meetups every 2 weeks in there. There's breathworks, there's challenges, and much, much more. For your convenience, I'll put all the helpful links in the description below so you can easily sign up for my free dog training mini-series and check out UPX. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.